Okay guys, so off we go. We are off to the warren. As you can see, you can probably hear the wind's coming in a little bit. So I've got the mic mod on again. Did so well last time. There's a lot of the dark ones. You can see the clouds, and it's going to be a little bit bleak, but we'll see where we get to. Tricks Day, my name as well. If you look into the history of it, see, the legend goes St. Patrick drove all the snakes out of Ireland, and the more you read into it, the more sort of reading between the lines you can get, as in the snakes could be representative as the pagans at the time who were in Ireland, as St. Patrick was actually kidnapped from his Roman villa. People don't know that. He was actually a Roman aristocrat living in the UK, well, in England at the time, after the Romans fled to go back to their shores. Slave, essentially, and he was a shepherd. He got stuck with a shepherd, and obviously slept with the sheep and tended to all that stuff. And yeah, God came to him in a dream, and he sorry, camera's a little bit of a piss there. He went around Ireland and spread the word of God and helped get rid of all the pagans, get rid of paganism. It's a very compacted story of it. For this first little rise, it's a bit tasting the old calves. You've got all this shrub as well, which is just soaking wet. Terrain's a little undulating, but it ain't too bad. Willow, this area here was that's a little special to myself and Willow. It's the first place we actually came when we got the first proper idea of hiking the Brew, and we thought we'd just try it out. So, like I said, I know the terrain very well. And over there, you can't see it, there's that one there actually, in the distance. That is where I recorded the first actual video with the GoPro that I got for my 33rd birthday. I'm on top of Water Hill, 489 metres up. Here's the cairn. Okay, very mossy, very green. First good little checkpoint out here in the bleak wilderness that is Dartmoor. As you can hear, the wind is now coming from that direction, and it's absolutely hammering me. And also, look up there, all those rain clouds. I've got to get to those trees over there in the distance within the next couple of hours. Thankfully there is a well-marked track on the Ordnance Survey maps I use, and you can pretty much see it. But we're going to the same place we went to last week, Fernworthy, but this time, like I said, we're going through the nature reserve, and it looks from here quite a big nature reserve. Hopefully I'll get lost and be able to find my way home. If not, then yeah, I'll probably end up with some sort of fox food, because I've only got a sandwich and some snacks. But we'll see. You can see the path here in front of me and just how boggy it all is, so I'm trying to stay out of that. I mean, look, people have already sank all along here. You can see the undulation on the land, so if I were to go down and then up, I'd use a lot more energy instead of just following this simple path. After rain, you know to bring my gaiters, your waterproofs. Yeah, it may look like an absolutely gorgeous sunny day, but when you're up here with no cover, you just hear that wind hitting the mic, and it can just cut straight through your clothes, and it can make you feel cold and always put a downer on what should be a lovely day. Takes us all the way to the main gates of Fernworthy. When we get there, there's a few interesting things which you can look at, and then when I get set up, because I have not had any lunch yet, I'm going to sit down, and obviously I'll get my tea brewing kit out, get a nice cup of tea on the go, and I'm going to have my lunch as well. If the wind to die down. There we go. So the place I'm actually on now is called Hurston Ridge, and as you can see, it's a little bit, well, we've gone downhill, so we're in a little bit of a down here. As you can hear, that's just the water under my feet. Oh dear. Oh, I sank a fair bit then. There's going to be a stone road coming up to our right in about 250 metres. I'm going to get there, do a little bit of history talking about that. So the stone row is somewhere, oh, There's a group of walkers hiking toward me. Somewhere over there to my right. Fortunately, I can't see it. It could be just over the crest. So the stone rows, where there's a lot of hypotheses about them. One of them is their markers. Another one is their waypoints. Another one is they are actually directional markers. So ancient traffic signs, if you will. You know, next village is 500 meters in that direction. And we'll eventually get to the front door of Fernworthy, and we'll go into the woods. Filling out. I know it's calving season soon, so the heifers are probably due to give birth. When I was out hiking once, I actually got chased down by a cow because, well, look at it. They're not puppies as people think they are when they've got calves. They're pretty nasty big bits of kit, and you don't want maybe a ton of cow storming towards you. There's summer up here where it's all lush and verdant, it's just green miles. Some more cows just chilling out in the grass. Another. I think we've got about half a mile to go. When we get to Fernworthy, I'll have a snack. Get a little hungry. Even though I've got my gaiters on, I'm still getting covered in water because it's just splashing up. So you can see we're almost there though. We're almost at the nature reserve. Miles now from the car. Basically from where I started recording to here is 1.6 miles. So yeah, it's not that bad. So that's a return leg of 3 miles, just over 3 miles. So that is, that's 5 kilometers done already. Obviously it will be done by the time I get back there. But yeah, I'm hoping for about, if I hit 10k, that's, you know, 6 miles, I'll be happy. The wall off to our left, just there, there's the wall. Keep following that round and we'll eventually get to the actual nature reserve and all those trees there. I did research from the video on Fernworthy Reservoir, and I can't find any information about this nature reserve. I can't find it. It might just be me being a bit of a fool and not looking in the right areas. Entrance to Fernworthy. I don't think I should have come this way because this is like an absolute minefield. It's sinking. Oh no, no, no. Ugh. No, let's not go that way. Stick to the ground. Lambing season, 1st of March to the 31st of July. Yeah, so keep your dogs on lead. So obviously these signs have been put up recently by the Forestry Commission and by everything else. I would go through the gate, but yeah, I don't really want to. Here we go, into Fernworthy. Oh dear. People need to learn to pick up their rubbish. So everything here, this is all a massive nature reserve. So there you go, there's one of the bird calls you can hear. All around me I've just heard, obviously that's a wood pigeon. There's a bird of prey somewhere around. Somewhere off to my right, I believe, probably just circling around us. Can't see it. But yeah, all around us, as soon as you enter this nature reserve, it's just animal sounds everywhere, and the smells. Smell of damp, decay. So you've got a few trees that have been chopped down there. There you go. A cairn and some stone circles I'm going to head toward. Get there, I'm going to set up, have a cup of tea, take a few minutes, just enjoy it, have my lunch, and get from there. Yeah, that bird of prey is definitely somewhere over there. Looking at the ground right now, it seems there's a lot of water that's been running down. I'll get started quick in here. This is a very lonely place. So I just come around the hairpin bend and then I've got a tree blocking my way already. Now the cairns are right in front of me. Part of me wants to go through the woods, but judging by this, and you've got that tree hanging there, kind of fills with a little bit of unease, so I think it's safer if you stick to the path. Yeah, my sense of adventure has gone down a little bit. feel like it's on one of those adventure games, you know, on the old typing games. A tree blocks your path, what will you do? I can climb over it. So quiet, so still. Here's a fallen tree. That one's actually been crushed by another one. See the way it's snapped it in half, it's just fallen. I think there's some serious winds up here if it's doing that. Right, let's get over this one. Ooh, that's a bit tasty. As you see around you as well, it isn't left there because, you know, people are lazy and can't be bothered to pick it up. My late dad told me a saying that I will always remember. The saying is, a tidy forest is an unhealthy forest. So the reason that you get all these big piles of twigs and rubbish and leaves and, you know, all the stuff on the floor is because it'll decompose eventually, won't it? And it goes back into the soil and rejuvenates. So there's a flash of pink just in front of me there, and from a distance I thought it was somebody who might have been hurt, and obviously we would have heard the cries of pain. Turns out it's just a little heart balloon. It's obviously drifted all the way out here. I think those cairns are further on that way through those woods, and I don't think I'm going to get through them. That's a shame. I do believe, probably the correct term, somewhere around here. So I'm determined to try and find it. So my good friend Darren Hedges can rip me for it. Every time I see him, because he's a very avid supporter of this, well, every time I see him all he says is, "Oh, look at these bridges." Yeah, you know me. This place in summer is absolutely incredible. On the path, and what greets us? Another fallen tree. I get the feeling someone doesn't want me walking through these woods underneath it. I wonder when it fell, that's the question. So, off we go. I recorded my last video. There we go, that's what's underneath it. All the roots and stuff. Sure power. Right then, that path there going down to our right leads me down to the main road to the bridge. Got a rough idea where that goes, so we're not going that way. More fallen trees. It's all part of the adventure. Here's a second tree. Oh, careful. Just looking at the time now, just gone 3:10. So I'm gonna have to think about turning around soon. Up ahead I'm gonna head to. Shouldn't be too far, probably another half kilometre. When we get there, should be alright. One thing I do like seeing around here is this kind of stuff. People building little lean-tos, stuff like that. I mean, I don't think it'd be much good if an absolute torrential rainstorm came down. Maybe we could do, but, you know, it's nice. Right then. Oh. 5k into the walk. I haven't found the glade yet. I'm a little disappointed at that, but it is just so tranquil and peaceful around here. The forest just behind the camera, down there, is so dark, and it's filled with like smaller little trees. It just conjure up images of like oh wow. I think we'll go down there and see what it is. I ended that jaunt very quickly. Very quickly. Ooh, I'm still sinking, right, yeah. So, yeah. Don't think we'll be doing that again. Hard to tell whether the ground's actually solid because of all these branches and sort. I can't risk that because even down there, if it looks rock solid, I don't really want to risk it. If I get my foot trapped, I'm screwed. That tree there, I don't know what's holding it up, it's just gently swaying with the wind. Is I'm going to head down to the reservoir and we'll have to plan this in for another day. That's a real shame as well because there's still so much more I haven't explored, and everything's through the other side of that the brook that's just down there that this little stream's probably running to. But due to the fact that once again there's a fallen tree. I'm starting to think I should have brought a chainsaw. Dear. There's some seriously old ones though. Oh, pardon me. Oh, excuse me. Coming through. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Terribly sorry. There we go. Oh, that one's got a coat on. When I say a tree's got a coat on, I mean it's covered in you know, stuff like ivy, moss. Got his winter coat on. Right, if I keep going down this path, I will eventually get back into the main road. It's a bit unfortunate. So I'm going to do a bit more exploring. Also, just before I move on, this is the tree with the coat I mentioned. How thick the vines are down at the bottom. Oh wait. I can't crane my neck enough. But yeah, there's so many little off-runnings and rocks. I call them more fallen trees. It's in the good book, Dartmoor 365, and it used to be an old medieval peat digger's house. Yeah, we'll go there one day. There's another track there. I wonder what's up there. About a third up the slope. Redwoods. There's foxes around here. I've just seen some fox go. Also explain why. Looks like somebody was running down here. Possibly a sheep. Oh dear. You always get a couple of idiots, don't you, trying to ruin everyone's fun. It's like a plastic bottle. No, it's glass. It's a glass bottle. Brilliant. So whoever was here has obviously been drinking, having a campfire. It doesn't look like they got the fire for very long by the looks of it. One of the wood's completely burnt. I've just looked at the top of it. And they've obviously tossed their waste into there as well. Which has caused the glass to melt in a very cool style, don't get me wrong. But still. There's more of a path that way. Well, I don't really want to go that way just yet. I'd rather wait until I had a lot more daylight, so we're talking towards midsummer time. If I get caught in the rain here, I'm not going to be best happy. So we'll go back down here, go back to the path, and then we'll go get our tea. I keep getting distracted by the serenity of it. And I'll tell where trees are. It's out the woods now, literally. So there's a road right in front of me. I'm going to follow this road to a little picnic area and yeah, get my brew on. But there's so much more to this place I actually anticipated. So all around me, you can walk all the way over there as well, up that slope with more trees. You can go all the way around here. There's path for miles. I really did underestimate how big this place actually was. So yeah, like I said, I'll have to come back during the summer. It'll have to be an early morning start and a late evening finish. But I get the feeling during the summer a lot more people will turn up as well, so I'm enjoying the peace and quiet while I can. It's a lovely day, but I just don't want to get absolutely piss wrapped for taking a cup of tea. Look, get this cooking. It says no campfires, thankfully. Let's see the campfire. Oh, that's good. Hopefully this will boil nicely. And I've got some in the right. So Willow always ensures I have something to eat. Hey, here's the joys of a ham salad sandwich. Oh, I'm sitting here. To be honest, it's the worst place to have lunch. Also, there's bins here about the place I'd a lot easier. Brew done. Just gonna sit down and enjoy it for a bit before I have to sit back. Turns out it didn't rain. I was just being a bit worried for nothing. These guys, Tactical Tea, were a veteran-owned tea company, and they had a thing called the War Against Bad Brews, and for service personnel, a cup of tea can make or break morale quite clearly, just like a cup of coffee can. And they decided to get the old, like, good strong tea that you used to be able to get apparently, well before I was born, like Second World War grade strength tea, compared to some of the garbage we drink nowadays. PG tips. Ugh. And they just made this incredible tea, Blitz Brew, which is what I'm drinking now. And it was just a nice, strong, flavourful tea. And unfortunately, as of October last year, they went under due to just not having enough time, which is a shame because once I've drank the rest of this pack, there's only 2 tea bags left in that. I've got one that is at home, still sealed, and Willow and I have vowed not to drink it. On my last unit, actually, very popular. My friend of mine used to order it
every month without fail, and I tried it as well, and I was like, you know what, this is incredible. But there are also other, you might have heard them, there's loads of different teas and coffee companies, run by veterans. It seems to be something, a bit of a lifeblood for the armed forces, tea and coffee. Well, I know, because I drink about 3 cups of coffee a day, and that's just at work, let alone at home. It doesn't, you know, not a fan of these Monster energy drinks or anything like that. No, they just don't sit right with me. I don't think I'll be on anywhere for a while yet. Consider having another cup of tea.